welcome to another coach driving with James. This is just a small episode today. Bit of motorway driving because if you remember last time, the last coach driving with James was in the Turismo. We did a bit of the M25, and on that one I remember saying about one day I'll have to show you the cruise control, the adaptive cruise on this coach on a motorway bit. So I was going to do this as a coach driving diaries, but I thought actually I think we'll just do a small one today, just on the motorway. Some of you probably know how adaptive cruise works anyway. It is on some new vehicles, I believe. Just a minute, I need to into here. Pretty gap, there we go. And what was I saying? Adaptive cruise, that was it. Yes, on some new cars, blah blah blah. How many coaches got it apart from the Temsa? Honestly, I don't know. I've got a funny feeling the i6S might have it, and I've only driven R1 once. I can't for the life of me remember if it actually had that. I think it did, I think. But certainly until we got this coach, I've sort of heard of it before. Just turn it down, you might be able to hear me better. I ain't got the it's working off the microphone off the camera. I haven't got the wireless mic on. Yeah, I sort of heard of it, but didn't really know how it worked. And now I've got it and used it in practice. Now I know how it works. Quite handy on the motorways. Don't use it all the time, especially coming out of London on the M4, past Heston and up towards Reading in the afternoon. Gets a bit busy. There's all sorts of paces of traffic going on, you know. It slows down and it speeds up. It's not really worth using it there. But on a clear run, I'll show you how it works in a minute. Get our speed up to join the motorway. Wait for these to go past so I can come on and go. Oh. Right, so get this speed up, there we go, 60, so 62, actually it's 60. Flick it on, and it's not on, is it? Let's switch the switch, try again, there we go. Put in here, right, you can probably see on the dash down here, let me just brighten it up a little bit, you might be able to see it a bit better, but if I dip my head down and look forward, but you might be able to see on the dash there should be a, yeah, there's a picture of a back of a coach and there's 3 lines. Now I can change these lines with this switch down here. As you can see, it comes closer, so this is, so I'm not going to try it against anything. This is giving me a 1 second gap, that's 1 bar. Now I can do a 2 second gap, up, 3 second gap, 4 second gap and 5 second gap. This is useful in horrendous weather when it's really wet, you know, and you want a big distance. I can bring it down to 4, you know, maybe not quite as horrendous as 5, but still, you know, not the greatest conditions on the road. Might be wet, water surface, etc. Might want to use that one. By default it's on 3, but very rarely use 2. I tend to leave it on the default on 3. So this is the 3 second gap between me and the vehicle in front. So we'll do a demonstration with a lorry or something in lane 1. We'll just stay where we are. But what it's going to do is it's going to judge the speed of the vehicle in front, there's a little black panel on the front, and that's unpainted. You're not supposed to paint over that because that's a sensor, not only for the crash detection, but it's also reading the vehicle in front. So on here there's a little digit here, it's a speed. What's it saying in a minute? Hang on, it's saying 58. So it's working out that that car in front is doing 58 mile an hour. So we're doing 60, and if you hopefully you can see the gauge if I dip my head down. I'm still looking forward, I'm not actually looking at the gauge. I'm still looking ahead, but you can probably see the needles dropping slowly because it's now starting to measure the gap between me and the vehicle in front. It's just going to set the pace. So it's still saying 58, so we're probably doing 57. And it's going to fluctuate between 57 and about 58, just to keep that distance between me and front. If he slows down slowly, starts doing, you know, 55 or something, it's going to slow down by itself, and if need be, it will use the retarder and the brakes by itself as well. In an emergency, would it stop? I wouldn't even trust it, to be honest. I'd use the foot brake. You know, I'm not going to rely on this as a full auto throttle. You know, autopilot, if you like. But we'll wait till we get up this. It's a slight incline here, so we'll pull out to lane 2. I'm not going to do it now because we want a slight incline, and by the time we pull out and it's rid the gap, it's going to take a bit of oomph to get it going up the hill. So wait till it evens out a little bit. Obviously normally I would have done this earlier anyway, but as I say, I'm sending this lane just to give a demonstration, using something a bit slower in lane 1 to show you how it works. So coming down here a little bit, just a little bit busy, don't want to hold up the traffic too much. Right, there we go, there's a little gap there, so let's pull out into lane 2, indicate, wait for a gap, and go. Now what's going to do, the speed's changing now, it's saying, well, it's saying 55, I don't know if that car in front is actually doing 55, because we've automatically brought our speed back up to 60 now. There we go, it's reading 70 on the cars in front now. Sometimes when there's a gap, like I say, you don't need to use that speed thing really for reference, because when there's a long gap, it will register the vehicles in front doing something crazy like 150 miles an hour. They're not. I think it's just because it can't see anything in front. It's just assumed that they've disappeared at high speed. Past his lorry in lane 1, and then we'll return into lane 1 then. It's a very hot day today, just seen on the quick glance on the dash, it's 23 degrees outside at the moment. Got the aircon on going, 19 degrees inside. Got a lot of cold air for the cab. Nice sunny Friday. We're off to Filton today, running empty, and taking a group back from Filton and a hotel to Southampton, and then it's empty back to the yard from Southampton. I'm going to stop up for Brownham's if I can, have a 45-minute break there, have my lunch, bit of a late lunch because it's going to be about 2-3ish roughly. Friday traffic, all depends what time you get there. Got half a tank, so going to fill up with diesel, half tank. That's going to be, well, it's half tank now. Probably about 250 litres, 270 thereabouts, I'd imagine. I'm going to use a bit more fuel today because we're having the aircon on as well. That brings the consumption down a little bit. But that's just my day today because I finished late last night, got back to the yard at midnight, doing a little job to the theatre in Bristol. Back at the yard at midnight, then back in again today at clocked on at 11 AM. And then the weekend off, and then all I know is a couple of days of schools in the week, so a bit relaxing day because it's been a bit of a manic week this week. I had a tour from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Tuesday was taking them from Southampton to Bristol. That was it. Doing what I'm doing, the return of what I'm doing today. Wednesday was cruises, Southampton up to Heathrow. Yesterday was schools and the theatre trip to Bristol, and then obviously today was what I'm doing, what I just said, Filton to Southampton. So yes, been a very busy week. 8 days in a row, but I have had a 24 off in between. It was 1 PM till 1 PM in the week. See there, it's just slowed itself down by itself with that lorry in lane 2 there. Now it's pulled in. It's seen, there we go, see, it's seen a gap there. It says 158 miles an hour for the vehicle in front. Now it's seen something, it's gone down now, but accelerating back up to 60 by itself. Well, that's a nice trailer, look at that. Some Volvos on it. Down here I'm going to use the retarder myself as well because he's going to run away a little bit, and we don't want to get an overspeed because there's a downhill slope hill here. It's very steep. This is after the Bath junction. Glancing down at the dash and again just to keep an eye on that speed. Put it on a bit stronger now, there we go. Get a gap in lane 2. Near the bottom now, so I can put the cruise back on. It'll slow down by itself in a moment. Down by itself now. registering the vehicle in front, doing about 56, 57, that's about right. There we go. Back up to 60. Section, so starting to run away, so quickly retarder back on myself, which as you can see automatically knocks the cruise control off anyway, because you can use that, or if you just want to knock it off by yourself you can just flick the this up, and that's the off switch to turn the cruise control off. Down to a flat now, so putting it back on. See then, I had my indicator right, but I was waiting for that car to decide if he was going to pull back into lane 3 or not. I wasn't going to indicate and then pull straight out. I should just do indicate, then look in the mirrors and check the situation, and wait for a safe gap to pull out. Variable speed section coming up now. Just keep an eye on what that says. I think it says 60. Yeah, 60. So right where we are. Just got to bear in mind there's a junction coming up, so I might pull into lane 2 now, just in case. Looking a bit busy on the slip road coming up. Just switch it off just a second. Back into lane 1, that's safe, it's clear, yeah. I'm going to leave the cruise off for now, because do this bit manually. So I can use the hard shoulder, that is open, but can be undertaking things otherwise, so may as well stay where we are. Now see, if I put it on now and press resume up to 60, I just create the gap there, there we go, and it's not going to speed up to 60, it's just going to stay where it is. lane, well, the hard shoulder that now. Speeding up a little bit, I can feel it boosting up there. Now it's slowing back down. So it's registering the traffic is doing about 50. As that car pulls in, it's going to slow down a bit more. You can just see it's using the retarder there to slow it down, to create the gap a bit. Now we're accelerating back up, and there we are. So I'm going to come off here. I'm staying in this lane because I want the A38. If I was on the M5 south, I'd actually be in lane 2 because it's easier to move over into the M5 from that lane. And switch it off now, so we're turning off in a moment. So there we go. That was the motorway bit, and that'll be the end of this little episode. As I say, it was only just to do the motorway there. So also, anyone who's got any coach driving tips, ideas for their driving test, or anything post their driving test, then post in the comments below, because you know, if there's anything you think that would need covering, whether that would just be town driving, or you know, anything simple like roundabouts or something, then put that in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. I can't promise anything, but there might be a bit of a delay between this and the next episode anyway. I've got a I'm changing video editors now, so it's a bit of a steep learning curve for this other one, so it's going to take me a while to get used to how it works. So anyway, like and subscribe as always for more of these videos. Until then, see you on the next episode. Take care. Goodbye.